Hey guys, welcome to Bar Z. My name's Stan, and today, by popular demand, we're going to demonstrate the VariRoll and what it does. And this is a machine that you're familiar with. And what I've done is I've used Andrew came over. Say hi, Andrew.
Hey, how you doing again?
So Andrew Prestridge is here, and I got a set of Wee blocks. That's a terrible shot. That's what a Wee block is right there. It's a large male V groove with a small female V groove. And you see I've got one in right there with a gauge pin in it. He had to put a 5mm pin in that one to test that gear. And he brought over, this is actually a test gear, and this is the specimen. He brought over some failed gears, which we have a bunch of them. So, we've got a Wee block in there with a special pin, and you don't ever want to turn your master pin. See over here we've got the gauge is actually loaded, and we're going to turn this by hand, and these are a fail, and we're going to set up with a not fail here in a minute. So that's going to show you your actual contact line in the gears and the run out of that contact line. Now this is also going to pick up every little speed bump and speck of fly shit that's in those teeth. So a toothbrush is very recommended in this case. I didn't clean this one. I blew it out with an air hose real quick, but you know, and you need to deburr your gears very nicely before you make any checks like this. But if you want to switch gears, you just unload the gauge, pull it out of your way, and then you can pull this off this pin and change it out to another one. Reinstall your master gear. Zero up if you need to. I'm not going to zero up, but then you can check your next one. And you'd be surprised what kind of variations you can see in there, and how important cleanliness is. Let me get set up with a real nice set of gears, maybe both master gears. This is considered the master gear here. This is what class of gear is that, Andrew?
Oh, it's probably class, it's the highest class you can get. They're ground, precision ground. They're supposed to be the finest quality gear you can make. Those are probably an AGMA quality class, like 15 or so. Really, really high quality.
And the higher number, the better the better they are. Got it.
And there's AGMA, and then there's DIN, the European Dutch Institute has its own scale, and it's actually backwards.
Oh.
The higher the quality of the gear, the closer you get to one.
Well, that's not confusing at all.
Not at all. So we'll not talk about it anymore.
Yeah, let's just put that out of our minds. Anyways, let's set up for a good set of gears. Like I said, these are fails. He brought me over some fails, so you can see that. Let's set up with a good set of gears and see how those go. Oh man, that fit is so nice. Oh, that just feels,
Yeah.
it just feels wonderful.
Yeah, that's probably a 10th fit with a very, very.
I can't detect anything.
No, there's no wobble on it at all.
And if you guys want to see what the Wee block does, that's what the Wee block does right there. So it's going to hold your gauge pin, and it's going to give you a male V block in the back, so you can adapt your big V blocks over to little baby V blocks if you got little tiny work to do. Anyways, let me get set up with another set. A bunch of people were asking, hey, what does it do? How does it work? I want to see more. I want to see more. Here's your video. We'll bring you right back. Okay, we're over with a pair of test gears. These are hardened ground machine jig board or jig ground center. So they're really nice gears. And we don't have them as clean as we'd like them to be, but we're going to go ahead and run a test. We are loaded on the gear. This is a super nice feature for changing out gears. So we just disengaged, and there's a little detent in there. You can feel it just snap right back. And look at the repeatability over there. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's give these a spin. And like I say, there's some turds in there. But this is what a good set of gears is going to look like. See right there, I just ran over a speed bump. That was Mount Everest right there. That's like 8/10 or something. But that's what a good gear looks like. And what class of gear would you consider this?
Yeah, that's a very high quality gear. AGMA 14, 15, good as you can get.
Wow.
It's what you measure against, so it's supposed to be as good as you can get.
So it's a standard for which you're.
It's a gauge block for gears, basically.
Oh, okay, that's a good way to describe it.
Yeah.
I like it. Too bad we don't have it clean. Too bad I have to touch it with my nasty hands. You know, we were talking about how things look on our videos, and holy moly, I was watching my last video and I looked like a frickin' alligator. But you know, my hands really aren't that bad, but you get in close and look at that. So little flakes of skin, that's all it takes. You got to be really, you probably should be wearing white gloves here, literally.
Yeah.
In a conditioned environment, you know, everything's going to matter when you get down to these kind of numbers.
Yeah. These sit on our granite in an air conditioned room like this, and there's a little workstation there, and all lint-free rags and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
You know,
We're out here working in the dirt.
not not too crazy.
Bar Z, you come and work in the rocks and the dirt.
That's just fine. I mean, a lot of this stuff goes on the shop floor too, which is not perfectly clean, and you'll see these things. But when you've run them a lot by hand, you'll know that that's a burr or whatever.
Right. Yeah, so literally when it comes to gears, everything matters if you want to achieve these kind of tolerances. So anyways, you guys wanted to know what the VariRoll was all about, what it did, how you adjusted it. I will go over these two things. This first lever is just that's to set your size of your gear. So we've got a fine adjuster in the back. That's what I'm running right now. And if you want to disengage that, you pop that loose and pop this loose, and the whole schmear will move up and down manually. Oops, I just ran into that like a rail car. You'd lock the first one, not the second one, and then you can bring it in and zero up your gauge, and then lock your second one, zero your dial, and go to work. Okay. And then if you're going to be doing multiples of the same size gear, you would just pull that up until you hear that detent. By the way, your detent was bad on this. I fixed it.
It sounds great now. Thanks.
Yeah, it's got a nice click to it. I
Yeah.
changed the ball in that, changed the roll pin in it. I did a bunch of internals in there, and you got a new knob for your lockdown there too.
The traveling.
And
lock, that's
I
great.
got new balls in the ways from McMaster for you. It felt funny. It felt like one of them had a flat spot on it, so I got rid of the balls.
Very good.
All right. Anyways, that VariRoll's out the door. I don't know whether I want to do this for a living. If you got a VariRoll out there, maybe send it in. I'll evaluate it. There's other things we can do to them too. These are kind of fun little tools to play with. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I hope this wasn't too boring. We'll see you on the next one.